Previously on Raider Power, Texas Tech football.
Special teams, it's the third phase of the game. More yards are given up and on special teams, more yards per play. Punt, you're averaging 40 yards per play, and there's just not another play in football that's going to average something like that.
This is what we can't have, because you can see the guy leaks through right there, possibly get his hand on the ball.
And you get a punt blocked, more than likely you're going to lose the game, and it turns that quickly. So it's vitally important, and special teams, we put a big emphasis on it here because we know how important it is.
The snapper snaps the ball, our eyes are on our assignments, we attack them.
I had an undefeated season one year as a head coach because a holder was able to make a save of a high snap, dropped the ball, picked it up, still got it on the tee, and made the extra point to win the game 10-9.
Way to go through proper technique, guys. We do things right, we're going to get some big returns. Got some dangerous guys back there.
I want players, coaches, everybody to understand the importance of special teams. Football is about field position, and it's about scoring every point you possibly can, to have a successful team.
House call on 3. 1, 2, 3. House call.
Accountability. Discipline.
Lethbridge has a lot of time. He's going deep. He has a man wide open, complete. Sammy Morris.
When you sign on to play offense here at Texas Tech, there's a history there, and it's a strong history. And most of our guys understand the recent history. That's why they're here. They like throwing the football. They like the exciting brand of offense. But I think it's important that they understand that the history here at Texas Tech playing offense has gone for a long time.
E.J. Highland, okay? Last guy in the NFL that started both ways. Phenomenal football player. Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a couple things that I didn't know, but for the most part, I knew most of the things that he was talking about just simply because I've been here for a couple years. But yeah, it was a neat deal.
A Johnny Unitas Award winner, which goes to the best quarterback in the country, a Doak Walker Award winner, and a Blitnikoff Award winner.
There's definitely an importance there, just because those past players and those past coaches kind of built Texas Tech to where it is now.
4,000 yards now. You think about that. I mean, you're the all-time record holder forever at a lot of schools. You're a guy here.
The players now, we kind of have a responsibility to keep the the program going and striving for higher expectations and higher goals, and then keeping this this place on the map.
Byron Hanspard, Doak Walker Award winner. Bam Morris, Doak Walker Award winner.
Those guys are up in our meeting room, a couple guys, and like I said, James Graham's another great back that came through here, but those two guys were one of the best, obviously, in the nation, and we're just looking to have another one, hopefully one of our backs that we have here now.
For the last 10 years, there's been Tech guys littered across the national leaders. Receptions, receiving yards, touchdown receptions, Tech people.
That's a recent history is, Texas Tech has graduated a lot of really good offensive players, receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, O-line, and we've been in, I think, in the top 15 in offense for the last 9 years, and that's pretty special.
We lose players every year. We lost a bunch of good ones this time.
Like Coach Brown said, we don't rebuild, reload. When one guy goes down or one guy graduates, the next guy steps up and takes his spot and does whatever he needs to do to get the job done.
At Texas Tech, we don't rebuild, we reload. When somebody graduates, when a Detron Lewis and a Lyle Leong, a Taylor Potts, a Baron Batch, when they graduate, we step in. Seth Dagey steps in, a Darren Moore steps up, and Eric Stevens steps up. Those guys step up and they take on those roles, and in a lot of times, they're more productive than the guys they're replacing.
All right, let's talk goals and expectations.
Goals in any avenue, whether it's your personal life, your professional life, whether it's football, whatever it is, I think goals are important.
Right there it says be a factor on every play. What that means is regardless if you're getting the ball, regardless if you're on the front side or the back side of a play up front, you're going to be a factor. Okay? So however many plays you're in the game, you better be a factor on those plays.
What that means is we want our guys, regardless if you're on the front side of the play or the back side of the play, we want you to be a factor.
We always talk about making plays away from the ball, whether it be blocking or springing somebody free on the block. And they're very demanding when it comes to that.
Number one is we're going to play fast. Everything we do is going to be fast. Okay, we're going to play fast. Number two is we're going to be physical. We got a lot better as the year went on that deal last year. We're going to play physical.
We want to be physical and we want to have fun. And I think the physicalness is the physicalness of football. You know, and if you can be physical at every position and you can consistently be physical, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to win.
We're going to pay attention to detail. What's that mean? We're going to do little things right.
You know, that's one of our 4 principles that he really stresses to us, and it's very important to the way we, our offense is built and how our offense is ran.
We're going to get aligned properly. We're going to take care of the ball as far as ball security. We're not going to have procedure penalties. We're going to be a well-coached unit. It's not going to beat ourselves. That's what details is.
You know, we hang our hat on is not beating ourselves, paying attention to detail, doing the little things right, whether it's ball security, whether it's not getting procedure penalties, taking the first steps. I think football is a detail-oriented game.
Where's Karen at? Karen, what's accountability mean? You got the best GPA in the whole room.
We talk a lot about our core values, on offense. Our core values is we want to have leadership, we want to be consistent, and we want to be accountable.
Accountability. Do your job, don't let your teammates down, period.
Doing the right things is not as hard. I think what's difficult for our players and for all guys, in that 18 to 22, 23-year-old age bracket is holding the guy next to you accountable.
You didn't just hurt yourself, you hurt the rest of these guys. That's what accountability is. You got to challenge yourself individually.
And if we can get to that, where our guys are holding each other accountable, then I think you're going to see special things here.
When that horn blows, we go. Now somebody. All right, let's go. There you go. Good job. Fred, go. There you go. It's ready to go. We got it? Good. Rapid fire. Jet. Same deal. Press the hip, press the hip. Nice job. That's way double club, grab claw.
You've got to start at the very foundation of what happens, and it doesn't matter how fast I can run or anything. If when I get to the football, I can't go make a play from tackling the guy or playing a block or playing man coverage or doing those little things.
Desmond, throw that elbow and burst and drive now. Arlen, grab cloth, right? Really wrap that thing up and drive your feet. We got to take the ball carrier that way. You're too high. That's not a burst. Burst! Jog back. Let's go. It's going to be a position step and a balance step. All right? Movement within my gap. 7 yards, Grace. Watch my feet. Red 88. Red 88.
Well, they've been through it once before. Everybody except for all the new guys that are here with it. They kind of know what the expectation level is. They've kind of seen how we go about it, how we do in practice, how the tempo needs to be for us to get the kind of reps that we've got to be able to get to get good defensively.
Where's my vertical now? Pete? Who's my vertical? Watch that ball. Oh. Hit it. Go. They get a half step. Hey, that's better. Keep that arm under there. Rip under. Go. There you go. Rip under. There you go, Daquan. Good. Way to walk. Stay on that circle. Come in that hoop. That's that Pete. There you go, Leon. Go shoot your hands. Take the fight to him. Say it. Go. Hop it out. Let's go. Hurry up, Gilliam. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, we've got to go play with a lot of passion on defense, and if we don't do it as coaches, the kids aren't going to do it. So we've got to set the standard and let them know what the expectation level is.
Let's go. Move around.
Defense is all about dedication, responsibility, and flying around the ball and just wanting and making something happen.
He's fast. There you go, Kyle. Good, Daniel.
We're a group that goes out, and we will be successful if we go out and we play as a group. And we talk about it all the time, being one heartbeat as a football team. We've got to all be on the same page, and we've got to go and play together.
Hunt together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hunt together.
Oh, it's just something that we've talked about and something our kids kind of rallied around during the spring and something they kind of like. And naturally, if it's something they like, it sticks with them a little bit more, and it's really become kind of a rallying cry.
1, 2, 3. Hunt together. Practice perfect. Every play, every day. We hunt together. Let's go.
They've got to know how much you care before they care how much you know. And they've got to understand when they go out there, they can't take coaching personal. And whatever happens on that football field stays out there on that football field.
DJ, finish. Hey, you're out. Does that say a 5-yard hitch? Then run it at 5, not 7.
And at the same time, we've talked to our kids all the time and throughout recruiting and everything else. Not only do we want to lead the nation in total defense, we want to lead the nation in cookouts over at a coach's house and some of those things where they get to be around us in a different setting other than being on the football field.
There you go. Good. Good, good, good.
You get the teamwork aspect of going out and working with 11 other guys, because if one of us doesn't go out and do our job, we're not going to be successful as a defense. And those same things carry over into whatever they do in life. And we push our kids all the time.
That's how we play. That's right. Every play, every day.
And we want them to be not only the best football player they can be, we want them to be the best English student or math student or any of those things on campus, plus be the best citizen they can be.
DO3. 1, 2, 3. Everybody.
All right, here we go. Let's go. One's up right here. One's up. Let's go. Hey, scoring every time we got the ball. Every time we get the ball. Let's go. Get in here.
I always call these scrimmages moving day. You know, people are moving up and moving down, you know, because you got regular practices and then you have these scrimmages. And these scrimmages, we try to make them as game-like as we can.
Somebody make your play, Black. Let's go.
If you can't make a play in a scrimmage, you know, it's probably you're not going to have many opportunities in a game atmosphere. Because for me to trust you, and that's huge for me, I got to trust that I know that you're going to do the right thing, assignment, alignment, and then when your opportunity, whether it's catching a ball or whether it's a point of attack block, I got to trust that you're going to make that decision. You're going to make that play.
NASCAR.
And if you can't do it in a scrimmage, you're probably never going to have the opportunity to do it in a game. And that's why I call it moving day on these scrimmages, because the people that make plays, they move up. And their opportunities are going to increase. And those guys that move down, they didn't make the plays, and their opportunities are going to decrease.
You got to look. I mean, you got to look. That's on you. You got to look at the ball.
Well, what I try to do in these scrimmages, I try to put the quarterbacks in as bad a situation as possible. You know, that's why we've spent most of these scrimmages throwing the football, because I want to put our quarterbacks' backs against the wall.
See what you got.
You know, I want to coach Monday through Friday and let those quarterbacks play on Saturday. So during preseason camp, I, repeatedly just try to put those guys in bad situations so when the games come, even though there's a large number of people in the stands, they really feel more comfortable than with me breathing down their neck.
That was a pitiful series.
You know, and I talked a lot about the process. It's a process you go to. You know, we're not going to come out and look great the first scrimmage.
2 drops, 4 penalties on that series.
Even though it's frustrating because everybody wants to be great right now, but it's a process you have to go through.
Let's go, mark it, NASCAR.
Sam, let's go. We got to play down here. Stay on score right now.
Well, energy, playing fast, playing smart, playing with great leverage. I think all those things are really important with how we go do it.
Wide now, Yankee, on the line.
Well, one of the first things we look for when we go out and practice every day or going into the stadium to scrimmage is the communication part of things. We've got to be able to go out and get lined up the right way, and that starts with communication.
Solo linebackers. Go pick it, Junior. Hey, Junior, sprint and go pick the football. Now, we could have got off the field on 3rd down. We had 2 guys get their hands on it, especially down here. It's about taking points away.
There's really 3 different positions on our defense that have to do a great job of communicating. The free safety and the weak safety are both like quarterbacks for the defense, and then our Sam linebacker sets the front.
Step up and make plays. Do not play scared. I don't care who it is. Go out to win a championship.
The better we go out and talk between those 3 guys, the better all 11 of us are going to go get lined up and the more confidence we're going to play with.
We have got to finish. Every play, every group. Finish.
It's so much fun to see a kid go out and something that you've coached then carries over into a team situation or into a game situation. And the light that comes on in their eyes of, oh, that's exactly what this was. And that's a lot of fun for us because we know we're making strides then. We did some better things today, all right? But we have got to continue to improve every day. That's why we coach, you know, and it's to see guys that come into your program when they're 17, 18 years old and then see what they're like when they leave when they're 22 or 23 years old, plus to see what they're like 5 or 10 years after that, to see how they've grown and the memories that they have and what they've taken from the experiences and being around each other and going through college athletics. Be a man. When you step out here, be the most physical. Well, we're all going to make mistakes in how we do things, but if we will go and learn from the mistakes that we've made and become a better person because of it and not go and repeat those same mistakes, then we've learned something, then we've taken a step forward. And I want you to step up. And I'm not just talking about football with all of that. There's other things than that is your whole life, because we've all made plenty of mistakes in our lives, and fortunately, those mistakes haven't cost us. Live for the moment when you get to go make a difference. Don't try to find a way out of stuff. Coaches, I don't care if you're a high school coach, if you're a college coach, so many of the times the young men you deal with, you may be the only man figure that they see. Have fun playing this game, because this is who we are, it's what we do, and it's how we live. And take pride in that. Let's go. They're such an impressionable age, and what they see is what they're going to do, and what you demand that they do is what they're going to do.
Hey, hunt together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hunt together. Today it was about throwing. All right, we missed too many critical opportunities. And you young guys, raise your hand if you're a true freshman.
After that first scrimmage, you know, we can repeatedly talk about it, but until you get out there where it's live bullets and people are playing at game speed, I don't think those young guys understand. They understand now, though.
Have them a little faster today, didn't Alfredo? Okay. A little bit more pressure out here, right, Kenny? Yes, sir. All right. Game moved a little faster, DeAndre, on Saturday. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. Okay, it's going to move faster. Y'all got to step up. You got to step up. More pressure out here. Hey, listen, I want to make sure everybody understands this. We are a no-excuse operation.
Yeah, no excuses. No excuses. We either get the job done or we don't. You know, when they look at your record, they don't have a win, loss, and excuse.
And I screw up plenty, and I tell you, every time I screw up, I'll stand in front of that team meeting and tell you. And I'm not going to tell you, well, it was because I thought they were going to be in cover 2, so I called that play.
If you don't get your job done, I don't care the reason why. You know, you either win, you lose, and that's it.
All right, a lot of good things today, a lot of things we got to work on. We're going to be good. We're going to be good.
You know, the question is, you know, how do we get to great? You know, I think that's really difficult to go from good to great. It's easier to go from average to good or poor to average. But when you talk about good to great, I think it's an everyday decision.
We're going to be really good. All right, we got to make the decision. We're going to be great. Okay, that's the thing we got to do. We got to make that decision.
If this group wants to take this to another level, if they want to be great, it's got to be every day. It can't be on the roller coaster like we were last year.
Hey, team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
2 days supposed to be hard. We've had it pretty easy up to this point. Next week's going to be hard, so you better get your mind right, get ready to go. Everybody's starting to learn a little bit about what to do. A lot to be expected.
You always point out the good and the bad in coaching. You know, it's so hard in sports nowadays to be negative. But I always point out the negative, but I also point out the positive.
Everybody got a lot of reps today. It was good. You get to see yourself on film, see what you did wrong, see what you did right.
And the more success you have is directly related to how you limit the negative part. And so when you're scrimmaging 2 days, what you want to do is point out everything.
We got a chance to have a pretty good team, but we got to start picking it up a notch.
And for us to get better, then we have to eliminate a lot of those things that we're doing wrong and put them in the plus column. And if we can do that, you're never going to be perfect, but if you can do that and do it consistently, you'll have a better football team.
3 weeks from today, we got our first game. Got a lot of work to do.
What you want to do every day is do a little bit better. There's not going to be gigantic leaps in the positive side of what you do.
A lot of you younger guys made some strides. You got a little bit better. We got to keep getting a little bit better every day.
What you want to do is every day take a step forward in terms of how you learn those technique and fundamentals. You might not do them great every day, but you might learn a little bit more about one of the small details that's going to make you better in the long run. So we teach little things, and we want every player to get a little bit better every day in the little things.